is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
I'm not afraid to take a stand, everybody.
See Live Off the Record is sponsored by Atlantic Medical, Cable Bahamas, Royal Fidelity, Burger King, Fidelity Bank Bahamas, and Royal Star Assurance.
Not alone.
Keep it inside. You're the driving force in my life. Yeah. There isn't anything or anyone that I could be, and it just wouldn't feel right. If I didn't have you by my side. Oh, you were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. Whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me. And no one else can be what you have been to me. You will always be, you will always be the girl in my life for all time. Mama, mama, you know I love you. I love you, mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. Yes, it is. Mama, I just want you to know, loving you is like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, you're always down for me, have always been around for me, even when I was bad. You showed me right from my wrongs. Yes, you did. And you took up for me when everyone was down on me. You always did understand. You gave me strength to go on. There were so many times looking back when I was so afraid. And then you come to me and say to me, I could face anything. And no one else can do what you've done for me. You'll always be, you will always be the girl in my life.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Z Live. I'm Zhivargo, Laing, your host. So glad that you could join us here today on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM on this beautiful Friday afternoon. And yes, you got it right. It's a far back Friday when we're going to be paying some tributes to mothers today. Mothers who are here, mothers perhaps who are gone. We want to pay tribute to mothers today because they are special people. But before we get to our tribute section, though, we have some very special guests in the house who are trying to ensure that we keep mothers as healthy and well from certain devastating, sometimes disease that can happen. And so we're going to talk to them. So today, if you want to give us a call at all on the show, the numbers to do so, 323-6232. That's 323-6232 or 325-4316, 325-4316 or 325-4259. That's 325-4259. You can also text us on 422-4796. That's 422-4796. Or you can WhatsApp us on 439-3043. That's 439-3043. 443. So when I'm finished talking to my guests about this very important issue, you can text me your tribute to whoever mother you wish and the song you hope we could play if we could find it. Otherwise, you could just hear some of my songs, and y'all know I just do my do. But I have with me today some very special guests who are a part of the Cancer Awareness Month. You know, from I was a child, the word cancer was etched in my brain as one of the most devastating things in people could hear or think happens to them. Now we've made a great deal of progress such that there's great opportunities for people to survive cancer, but there's some information that you can have to make sure to perhaps prevent it or even ensure that if it is in fact something that comes, that it can be dealt with. And we have some great people to talk about it. So we have Duquesa Dean from the GD Caring and Sharing Cancer Support Group, Nikki Bow from Blue Rose Foundation, and Andrea Darvel from colon cancer survivor. I'm sorry. Everybody's in, right? We got everybody? If I messed your name up, please forgive me. Oh, and we have Nina Graham and Philip Bow. They are also joining us. And I see Daniela is also with us. Did I get everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome. Listen, I tell you no lie. I am delighted to be able to entertain you today to come and talk about this important topic. I wish we didn't have to talk about it because it wasn't an issue, but it is an issue. And we know it's an issue that affects lots of mothers and lots of fathers. And so please, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us on the show today, Zhivargo. It's a great privilege to carry the mantle of education, advocacy, and support for cancer patients, caretakers, and survivors here in the Bahamas. My name is Duquesa Dean, and I am president of the GD Caring and Sharing Cancer Support Group. It is a group that my mom, Jenny Dean, started in 2012. My mom passed away in 2017, and I assumed the mantle, I guess, for the group since that date. Just a quick snippet about our group. Our group first started for the social enrichment of women cancer patients who were struggling with the reacclimation to life as is normal, missing some of their body parts. And so my mom saw it fit to create a culture where they can come together and not feel abnormal and learn how to socialize once again in an environment where it was judgment-free. Also in an environment where there were people just like them that they could connect with, talk to, share best practices, and people that were able to really pull them out of their lows because they've gone through the journey and they know what it is, the mental, emotional, and physical battle that cancer takes on anyone, woman, man, child, it doesn't matter. So National Cancer Month, we decided to combine forces with every cancer group that was agreeable. We have the Blue Rose Foundation here today, which is Philip and Nikki Bow, and their ambassador, Daniela, who is actually a leukemia survivor, and we'll hear more of her story. And then we have Nina Graham, who's on the call today. She is cervical cancer. And Andrea was not able to make the call today, but she is a colon cancer survivor as well. So I'd like to just now allow them to say a little bit about their groups.
Thank you, Duquesa. If I may start, well, thanks again, Zhivargo, for having us today, and a big thank you to Duquesa for initiating this. When we got the call to be a part of this, I thought it was something that we just had to do. It was big, something we wanted to be a part of, something bigger than just the Blue Rose Foundation to help all arms of cancer. But just like Duquesa, my mom passed away about 2.5 years ago, and when she passed on, my sister and I, we wanted to continue her legacy as well. She passed from leukemia, and when we did our research, we found that leukemia was more prevalent in children and adolescents, which was surprising to us. So because of who my mother was, such a giver and always looked out for persons, especially teens and their education and their future, we wanted to tap into adolescents and children, so to speak, who living with leukemia, and to be some form of assistance to them, to bring light and enjoyment to their lives. And Dr. Sinkwe Brown identified Daniela to us. Daniela is a leukemia survivor. She's on now, and she's free to share her story. And in terms of, persons may be wondering, well, with my child, how will I know? What would be the signs, or what should I look out for, or that type of thing? I think is what we really want to bring awareness to. So if you don't mind, I'd like to open that up for Daniela to answer
Please,
any
please,
question you may
please,
have.
please. This the airway is yours. Please go right ahead.
So Daniela, if you don't mind introducing yourself.
Hi, my name is Daniela Palomino. I am a leukemia survivor, acute lymphocyte leukemia, ALL, and some symptoms I had early on, which was very weird. It was just a regular school day. Went to math class. I was sitting down, and my friend next to me was like, "You realize you have like huge bruises on your arms, right?" And I looked down, and my forearms was just covered in like purple and blue bruises. And it was weird to me because I know I didn't hit anything. So that was one of the first things I noticed. Second was I was fatigued, I was tired, I was very pale because I was losing a lot of platelets and red blood cells and also white blood cells because of leukemia. So they were the early symptoms, and my best friend told me I should go to the nurse, and I decided to. I was scared too, but she told me and talked me into it because I don't really like doctors or anything like that. And that day they sent me straight home from school. They said, we can't, we have to make sure you're healthy and straight. And they sent me to walk-in clinic, which sent me to Princess Margaret. And that night I was diagnosed with leukemia. I was 13 at the time.
Wow! And as a 13-year-old, you hear that, and
Yeah.
like can you recall how you felt? What your reaction was?
The funny thing is, right? Everybody knows cancer, like the word cancer, but they don't know the different type, like, oh, leukemia. Oh, like, I mean, basically everybody knows, like, lung cancer, this and that. But leukemia, I personally didn't know what it was. So when I sat down and they was talking and it was like, oh, she may have leukemia, I wasn't really like phased until like 3 seconds after my daddy mumbled cancer. And that's when like everything just stopped for me. I was like, hold on. The big C word, cancer. I start shaking. I start like overthinking. I start, everything going through my mind, like cancer. How could I? And it's not running in my family. How could me? How did I get it? How did I end up with it? And it was just overwhelming, to be honest.
And this, sorry, I might have missed it, but this was how many years ago now? Or how long ago?
2014.
2014.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was diagnosed February 7, 2014.
Okay.
How long have you
How
been?
are you doing today?
Yes.
Actually, this year is gonna make 5 years in remission, so I will be able to say I am cancer free.
Thank you. Oh, great news! Super news!
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your
Thank you
experience.
for remembering. Daniela, if I can ask you, what's one thing you would want people to know about leukemia in terms of children? What's one thing you would want them to understand or know the need for children? Because Daniela is like a big sister to other leukemia survivors, correct, Daniela?
Yes.
What's one thing you would want people to know?
Just always make sure your health is intact no matter what. Like today, always wear your mask. Like be safe, always sanitize. There's a lot of bacteria that evolve over the years and could get dangerous. Like just always stay safe no matter what during your health. If you think you're so healthy or whatever, just make sure you always stay safe and make sure your health comes first.
Good one.
Good advice. Great advice. I mean, because that's one of the challenges, isn't it, that we, once you don't feel ill, you feel invincible, but you never know what's going on inside that body, especially things we might be doing to contribute to challenges in our bodies, right?
Absolutely.
That's a good one. Good one.
The question, can I ask you? I mean, what do we understand to be the state of cancer in the country in terms of prevalence? I know that different types. You have breast cancer, you have prostate cancer, you have leukemia and lung cancer. You have all kinds of cancer. But what do we understand about the prevalence of it in the country today?
Well, I mean, if we just think about it, everyone listening right now can think of someone that's been impacted by cancer, whether a family member or a friend. So I dare say that it's a high prevalence in our communities. Right now, COVID is taking precedent and everyone is focused on the world pandemic, but cancer is also still there, as is every other disease. But when we think about it, every person in every environment that we're in has either fought cancer or is currently fighting cancer or knows someone who is. So it's just prevalent throughout our communities. And I want to advocate, as did Daniela, for people to pay attention to their body. It's like we get the symptoms, we get the red flags, and a lot of times we start to explain those away. It's gas. If I just drink some bush medicine, it's going to clear this up. Or if I put onion underneath my feet, it's going to, detoxify my body. And while all of those things are good and fine, they have their place. So because cancer is so prevalent, I want to encourage people to know their family history. That is such a key component in fighting and identifying cancer in its early stages. I want to encourage families to have family meetings and talk about where cancer has been in the family, who has had it, so that everyone is aware when they go for their physicals and the doctors ask that question about, is there cancer in your family? You can say yes, and then they'd be able to screen a whole lot more efficiently. Secondly, Zhivargo, I want to encourage people, particularly people that have insurance coverage personally or through their organizations, to take advantage of that annual physical that comes along with the insurance package. Because while there is no cancer screening package per se, because we talked about that, Nikki and I, on another radio show, while there is no package specifically for all cancer screening, there is that annual that you can use to get your mammogram, to get your pap smear, to get your blood screen, because there are abnormalities that can be seen in those results, and that could lead to further screening. The earlier we detect cancer, the better the chances are of fighting cancer.
Go ahead.
One of the more silent cancers is cervical or cervical ovarian, and Dr. Nina Graham is actually a specialist in that area. And a lot of women have symptoms, but because the disease is silent, you don't necessarily know that your discharge may be related to that. Your pain in your abdominal area may be related to that. But the pap smear can identify those things. So whenever Nikki is done, we can, probably hear from Dr. Nina Graham.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, Nikki.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I want to piggyback off of something the Quessa said, about early screening and detection. And the question you asked was, what are the more prevalent ones, or the statistics? And we know that breast cancer is very prevalent in our society. And some research was done years ago to identify that we had a very high rate of the BRCA gene in our society among Bahamian women. And they, some research was being done to figure out why and where it was coming from. And I personally know quite a number of people that have the BRCA gene, which means that you are at a increased rate of developing cancer if you have the gene. And recently, in a symposium with Dr. Marcus Cooper and Dr. Wesley Francis, it was also indicated that, colon cancer is also prevalent in our society, and it's one of the more treatable cancers, that and prostate cancer. And so, we've always had this kind of culture in society where we put off going to the doctor, and we do so to our own detriment. And so colon cancer and prostate cancer are among the highest treatable. And I remember years ago, I was interviewing Dr. Anwala, and he said that the Bahamas, based on his practice and the research globally, the Bahamas had like one of the highest incidences of death from prostate cancer, and that was happening no place else in the world because of how treatable it is. And so, you know, people just need to take their health seriously. People need to pay attention to the signs and the abnormalities and not delay. And DeQuesta mentioned it. Sometimes we're just afraid of what that diagnosis could be. And so because we overthink it, we don't want that diagnosis because we see it as a death sentence rather than as an opportunity to get the treatment and the cure we need so that we can live healthy lives and prolong our life as best as we can with the treatment, we ignore it. And by the time we go to the doctor, we're at stage 3 or stage 4, where they are telling us that our lives have a timestamp or there's nothing that they can do to treat us any further. And I think, you know, luckily for my mother-in-law, Minerva Camp McIntosh, and Minerva Camp, in whose honor the Blue Rose Foundation was established, she lived 17 years with leukemia when doctors had given her 6 months to live. And so she was prepared to fight, but she also had good treatment. And I'm, you know, catching it early and being able to get the care that was needed. So we don't have to see it as a death sentence. We can see it as an opportunity to get the treatment that we need so that we can live longer, healthier lives.
Oh, I remember that songstress. Oh, I remember her. Beautiful voice and beautiful person. And of course, she sent some of that talent to Brother Philbo. So some of y'all, Brother Bo, you should stay on the show and do a song for these folks for Mother's Day.
Yeah, probably a little something, man.
Yeah. There you go.
I support that.
Dr. Graham, please.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And thank you for inviting us to be on your show, Mr. Laing.
You are quite welcome.
I am the founder, and my group is very, very new, but it's called the Cervical Cancer Coalition. And basically, the group is just want to raise awareness for cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is the #1 cancer of the female reproductive tract in the Bahamas and in the Caribbean. And it is a very preventable cancer. And out of all of the various cancers mentioned, it is the one cancer that has basically the ideal screening tool to pick up precancerous lesions of the cervix. And that is just with a pap smear. And so my goal and the goal of the group is to basically make aware, but encourage women to get their pap smears. Because if you can only just get your pap smear, you can halt the cancer before it or halt the precancerous lesion before it becomes cancer. Cervical cancer is passed on in about maybe 1% of cases. So it's not like having the BRCA gene in the case of colon or ovarian, because the BRCA gene, there's a syndrome called Lynch syndrome where if you have the BRCA gene, you're prone to having ovarian, breast, colon, and possibly prostate. So those run in families. But cervical cancer is caused by a sexually transmitted virus. And the population does not know that.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Every woman I ask, almost every woman, they say the same thing. I did not know that. And so I am here to tell you that. And so it's a very preventable cancer. The virus that causes cervical cancer is the human papilloma virus, the same virus that caused genital warts. It's just a different subtype. And it's a sexually transmitted infection. And that is why the Ministry of Health and a lot of physicians are encouraging children to get the HPV vaccine, and they're now vaccinating children, boys and girls, at the age of 11 to 12, and hoping to eradicate cervical cancer in the future generations.
That's I actually watched something where I heard that information too, and it was one of the most surprising things that I had heard in a long time. But it is very surprising to hear. So there is a cancer that can be caused by sexual transmission.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And this is one of them. In 90% of cases, abnormal pap smears and cervical cancer is caused by the virus. This particular virus and certain subtypes, not all of them, because there are almost 100 subtypes of the HPV.
Yeah. You know, we do these shows, and you come on these shows, and people go on other shows, and they try to talk to people, and they try to warn people, and sometimes you think it doesn't make a difference. But I want you to know that I heard a talk like this on a show when I was about 35 years old. And what it said was, when you turn 40, you should be doing annual physicals and screening for X, Y, and Z. And ever since I turned 40, every year an executive physical in which I have the blood test done and all these things ran, my prostate issues looked at, etc. And you know, I have had to, in recent times, track my prostate issues, because the early screening and stuff for it makes me mindful that this is something I have to do. So me and my doctor watch it. So I'm saying it makes a difference that people hear this information from you on these shows, because some of them do use it.
Yeah,
especially hearing it from a man.
The thing is, they have had numerous pap smear drives, or it may be done publicly, and a lot of women come to my office because I work in the oncology center at the Princess Margaret Hospital. So my area is prevention, and a lot of women come and they say, "Oh, I had a pap smear, but I didn't follow up. I don't know what the results were, and I didn't find out it was abnormal until three years later or so." Or some women will say, "Oh, I haven't had a pap smear from I had my last child, and I'm hoping the last child is 3 or 4. And then I hear 10, 15, 20. And sometimes women come when they start having abnormal bleeding. By that time, it may be too late. The point of the pap smear is to find out, or to make sure you know what your pap results are before it gets to cancer, so it can be treated. Because the treatment is to halt the abnormal cells where it is. But if you don't go back and find out what your pap smear results are, then, you know, and I have like Nikki said, some women may be too afraid. They know that pap smears are abnormal, and they put their head in the sand, and then they don't come back because they think they have cancer. No, you have pre-cancer cells. There's a difference. You can have pre-cancer cells in cervical cancer and be treated before it gets to cancer. HPV is very, and so you can have abnormal cells for several years, but at some point around year 4 or 5, depending on where you started though, it could develop into cancer if you do nothing. But the whole point is to halt it before it gets to that point. So when you come in constantly bleeding, you may have missed the boat.
Well, I heard you all on a number of shows, and the thing I keep hearing is early detection makes the difference. Early detection makes the difference. I hear it all the time. Early detection makes the difference. And I can tell you, I have a wonderful doctor in that regard, and you know that's the key, you know. And you know, so some of y'all men out there who's scared to talk about these issues, I tell you, I'm watching my PSA level. I'm watching the rate at which the level is changing. I'm going there every 6 months to do what I got to do. So I don't have no problems with it, because I don't want to have to die unnecessarily if I can.
The men usually say
more responsible.
Yeah, the man would be saying that there's not enough attention paid to them. When we talk about cancer, it's really all about women, and we advocate for women, but we're here now advocating for the men to please get your prostate checked. There's nothing in it. There's no stigma attached to that. This is your health. Like, you really have to own it. There's nothing wrong with making sure that you are healthy, that you are in a position that you could live that 10 plus more that has been promised. But we have to take responsibility. So I want to, all of us are here to encourage men to do their annuals as well. Because the men also have breast cancer. Men have colon cancer, so they have other cancers. And then the other side of that is we want to highlight the fact that children, you have Daniela here today, it's all cancer month. And children, we need parents to pay attention. Like, when kids are saying they're painful, when kids are saying that they have issues, to take those things seriously and don't just brush them off, and get them checked out so that you know what, okay, she's okay, or he's okay, or there's another problem. We cannot continue to ignore those, because those are the prompts that are telling us that we need to check. If a child keeps saying that there's something going on. So we want every single person to take ownership of their health. And if you have minor children, to take ownership of the health of your children. And this is Mental Health Month, Zhivargo. And it's so very great that it aligns with All Cancer Month, because the mental battle that cancer patients and survivors and even caretakers go through as they journey along this path of fighting cancer, it is one that can't even be explained. Survivors will start coming into tears when they talk about what they've gone through and the games that play on them mentally that want them to tap out on life. And so the support group is super, super important. And if you would allow, I just want to make sure the public is aware of options that are available to them, because the Cancer Society is not only in New Providence, it's in Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, it's in Long Island. I know there was a branch in Abaco. I mean, it's Freeport. They're all over the place. You also have the Blue Rose Foundation. This is a foundation for children with leukemia, adolescents up to 19, I think, Phil. And so you have the option of finding support there. You have Sister Sister. They provide pots free of charge for people that are having, or women that are having chemotherapy treatments, and they support as best as they can. They have monthly support group meetings as well. You have Us Too. There is a group for men. So there's Us Too. There's an option for you to join that group. The Sisterhood of Survivors in Eleuthera, Cancer Association in Grand Bahama. And of course, there's the GD Caring and Sharing Cancer Support Group, and the cervical cancer support group that Dr. Graham heads up. There is support available. Don't fight alone.
Yeah. So there are many areas where I think everybody can find their comfort. Unfortunately, you mentioned with men, there are some stigmas attached, which is unfortunate. But I want to encourage men to not what people have to say, but really focus on the ones who love you, what they say, what matters to them. And like the question called up so many arms just now. So there's some place for everyone to be comfortable and to get the assistance that they need.
Brother, I could tell you when I went to get my checkup, they used to do the physical checkup too. So when I went to do it, and they tell me, listen, take your pants down and bend over. I bend over quick, because I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save my life, right?
Yes.
So, and whether it was a male or female, don't make no difference to me. These are professional people. They know what they're doing. Please go ahead and do what you have to do.
It shouldn't matter, because again, early detection it isn't a death sentence like we've said all through the day, but at least you have an opportunity to live a healthy, normal life.
All right, Mr. Philip Bow. I don't want to put you on the spot, but you guys give me a little something to thank these ladies for coming on the show and bringing us this great message about what is out there to help people survive and or prevent this. Daniela, you wanted to say something. I gotta let you say something right ahead. So if we can get Phil, can get ready.
I was just clapping for him to be like, yay! Like,
okay. I have some surprises for my audience today. So you're gonna be one of them today, Brother Bo. The question, let me just before if Phil will be so kind as to engage us. And Nikki, you encouraging him, you pinching him, telling him you do it.
He's always good.
You can wrap up and listen anytime you want to come back on to talk about this stuff. Please feel free to call on me.
Thank you so much, Zhivargo.
Thank you
I
so
just
much,
like
Shivagro.
to thank you for this opportunity. There are two important events that we'd really like. We have a lot going on, but there are two events that we'd really like the public to support. One event is the blood drive on May 22nd. It is one of the easiest and simple ways that you can help a cancer survivor or a cancer patient. You know, those heart-wrenching WhatsApp messages that go around when people need blood. Well, we want to help the blood banks to have a steady supply of blood. So on the 22nd of May at the Marlet Marathon, we're conducting a blood drive, and we're asking, pleading, begging for people to come out and give a pint of blood to support that event. And then secondly, on May 29th, we have an event called Light Your Lantern, and it's to honor people who are in the journey or people that may have lost the battle already, where you purchase a lantern from the cervical cancer group with Dr. Nina Graham, and you would light that lantern at about 7 o'clock at night so the candle could burn bright in honor of someone in your family that's fighting or that may have passed. And so to reach us, we're all on Facebook, GD Caring and Sharing Cancer Support Group, the Blue Rose Foundation, or you can call 802-6012. We look forward to the public support as we educate and advocate for cancer. Phil?
Thank you very much. Now, Brother Phil, you could spare these people my voice, or you could give.
I'll spare them your voice.
Please, go right ahead, sir.
So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. This is for you. Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. And now that we've come to the end of our rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. Well, moms, you're once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. I love you. You could take it from there, Zhivargo.
Boy, God know who to give them talent to, boy. Oh my goodness, he know who to give. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Z Live. I'm Zhivargo Laing, your host. That was the great Philip Bowe. When we come back, we will continue to honor and pay tribute to these moms. We'll be back after this break.
Gran, it was good to see you, but we've got to get home.
Yep, we've got to let the dog out.
Speaking of dogs, you won't believe who I saw the other day. Who?
Honey.
Remember Anton, Jeanette's oldest boy? The one with the dogs.
With local claims managers, we pay your motor claims fast. We're like a goodbye at your granny's that doesn't take 30 minutes.
We really got to get going.
So soon?
CG Atlantic Agents. Insurance, health, pensions, life. Good like that. Nassau Insurance Brokers and Agents Limited, trading as CG Atlantic Agents.
Basketball is back, baby, and so is NBA League Pass. Only with Rev Trio. Sign up for Rev Trio today and enjoy NBA League Pass absolutely free, along with incredible prizes, including a brand new 50-inch smart TV, NBA gear, and more. With tons of prizes and gear, signing up for Trio is the best on and off-court move this year. Just call 601-8992 or visit www.rev.bs/promotions/. Sign up for Rev Trio today and enjoy NBA League Pass absolutely free.
Do you have paper investments like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, but are unsure if you're reaching your highest earning potential? Get your investment portfolio assessed by an experienced RF investment specialist. You'll get expert investment guidance at absolutely no cost, even if you're not an RF client. Plus, find out how you can take advantage of some of the best performing mutual funds in the market. What are you waiting for? Claim your free confidential portfolio analysis today by emailing invest@rfgroup.com. RF. Money at work.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
I remember Mama and the love that she gave. Kneeling by her bedside, I can still hear Mama say, the people are dimming you, Shirley, don't you let them down. I remember Mama in a happy way. We went to school with holes in our shoes. We didn't have much, but the Lord saw us through. Mama kept the family together, yes she did. I remember Mama in a happy way. She packed our lunch in an old greasy bag. It might have seemed empty, but it was more than others. It had a lot of love way down deep inside. Yes, it did. And I remember Mama in a happy way. I remember Mama in a happy way. Now Mama is sleeping in the bosom of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Somehow I know she's smiling. She's smiling over us right now. Look at her there. One day I'll see her again. How happy I will be. Yeah, yeah. I remember Mama in a happy way. Yeah, yeah. I remember Mama in a happy way. My brothers and sisters,
What's up?
they're living far apart.
For some of you, Mama's gone. But if you have that memory in your head, if you have that love still in your heart, for now, she's as close as you could imagine. And so we want to remember people today who are physically separated from their mamas. And God bless you, and God bless them. I remember Mama in a happy way. Wonderful, beautiful, the great Shirley Caesar. Okay, so we have, let me start off today by wishing my mother, Naomi Ruth Seymour, a early happy Mother's Day, and to thank her from the bottom of my heart for all that she has done over these years for not so many children. I want to thank her because she has been a mother, and I'm grateful. And I'm sure our brothers and sisters are all grateful, Mommy. Thank you very much. And yeah, I call my mommy, Mommy, and y'all ain't gonna never change that I could become the king of Timbuktu. She can only be Mommy to me. And I want to then also thank the mother of my 4 children, Jaja Monique Laing, who has been a dedicated and consistent mother to my kids. And as my youngest said the other day, he loves that she's fun. He loves that she does things with him. And he says, and I love her. And so I want to wish her happy Mother's Day early, and also to her mother, Willamay LaRoda, who today is actually celebrating her birthday. So Willamay LaRoda, happy birthday to you, and a happy Mother's Day. Dr. Graham, unfortunately, I'm still hearing you. Thank you. So happy Mother's Day to them, and to all my brothers, my sisters and aunts and friends who are mothers. We want to wish you a really happy Mother's Day early also. We have some requests coming in. We can get to some of those. This text says, you have my first cousin on your show. Hello to Nina from London. Okay, there you go. This text says, all right, now you can't write me epistle. So it's great show as usual, Mr. Laing. Every Bahamian had a family member died from some form of cancer. Question: why, when they finding a cure for? All right, see you today. So let me read the other text. This text says, please thank your guest for this discussion. I just booked my pap smear. I didn't do it last year because of COVID-19 and was procrastinating. So thanks, because I just scheduled it. Great for you. Great for you. Says, good day, Mr. Laing. In tribute to all the mothers everywhere, can you and your producer please play the Spinners' hit song, Sadie, and then Bill Withers' Grandma's Hand? For after ministers, all grandmothers are mothers too, and most mothers will become grandmothers again. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers everywhere. I don't know if we have the Spinners, Sadie. We'll see. Remember my mother, Vernell Fowler, been gone 46 years, still the wind beneath my wings. There you go, Vernell Fowler. Good day, Mr. Laing, and please help me to send a happy Mother's Day to my mother, Dorothy Dolly Stubbs, from all of her children, especially your daughters. Play You Raised Me Up by Josh Corbin. I think it's, yeah, I know you mean. With God's blessing to all mothers globally. And says, good afternoon, Mr. Laing. Great show. I never miss it. This, Miss Brown and TJ. Thank you so very much. All right, producer, which one we have? You put it on the line and we could let that take us into the break. Which one of those you have? But you're always reliable, know what to do. So you strike it up and we'll be good.
It's a rare occasion to be able to see young mothers like the ones that were around when I grew up. But they live on in memory to quite a few of us. And this song is dedicated to those who cherish that memory. Early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. There was no time. She said to me, boy, hurry to Sunday school, filled with a Lord of glory. We learned the holy story. She'll always have her dreams, despite the things this troubled world can bring. Oh, say, don't you know we love you, sweet Sadie? Place no one above you, sweet Sadie. Well, living in the past. Sometimes it seems so funny, but no money will turn your life around. Sweeter than cotton candy, stronger than Papa's old brandy. Always that need smile. Once in a while, she would break down and cry. Sometimes she'd be so happy, being with us and Daddy, standing the worst of times, breaking the binds with just a simple song. Oh, Sadie Mae, don't you know still loving us all in your special way. Well, there's no one above you, sweet Sadie, living in the past. Oh, she's never sinning. In love, she's always winning. Yeah. Sadie, my. You know we love you, I love you, girl. I just can't forget how you gave me love. Oh, Lord. If there's a heaven up above, I know she's teaching angels how to love. It's a mean world without you. All the love you show. Oh, how could anyone ever doubt? that love my songs. Oh Lord, I'm all alone. I miss her so long. Well,
don't you know we love you,
I love you, mama.
Place no one above you, sing.
Let me just try one more time and say and though we were very poor, she tried to love us that much more. Oh,
sing.
Have you ever?
You know we love
have you ever met Sadie?
Place no one above you, sing.
The premier of ladies. Oh, sometimes I feel so alone, but I know that I gotta go on. It's what she wanted from me.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
But are unsure if you're reaching your highest earning potential? Get your investment portfolio assessed by an experienced RF investment specialist. You'll get expert investment guidance at absolutely no cost, even if you're not an RF client. Plus, find out how you can take advantage of some of the best performing mutual funds in the market. What are you waiting for? Claim your free confidential portfolio analysis today by emailing invest@rfgroup.com. RF, money at work.
Did you know that $5 can get you delicious combos fit for a king? Well, it can, but only at Burger King Nassau. Not only is the big in-flavor flame-grilled Whopper Jr. combo you love available for just $5, but now you can enjoy a crispy chicken junior sandwich topped with bacon plus fries and a drink for only $5 as well. At Burger King Nassau, you get to choose between a chicken BLT or flame-grilled beef in 2 great combos that include fries and a drink for only $5, including that. Value has a new home at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Babe, you mashed the car?
I ain't mashed the car. Did you run into me, mashed the car?
I hope she had insurance.
If she had insurance, she hop out, pull out her phone, pull up the Royal Star Assurance app, and bang! She was on a video call with an RSA rep, sending pictures of her damage, my damage, filing a claim on the spot.
For real? Our insurance have that kind of app?
You gotta go to RSA for that.
Download the RSA app today or visit rsabahamas.com to submit your claim online. Live chat available weekdays 9 to 5.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on my shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
You know, I don't mean any disrespect to the men in our country because we have had some exceptional fathers in the Bahamas, incredible fathers who have done yeoman's work in raising their children. But the truth is that so many of us owe so very much to our mothers for raising us up to all that we could be, right? We owe them all those difficult days and nights, all those challenging moments, all those encouraging words, all those hard presses to get it done, to pay for this and to do that and the next thing. And so, you know, Mother's Day is special, Father's Day is special too, but we're honoring mothers today because they just deserve it. And so again, happy early Mother's Day to all of you, mothers, and you know, all mothers and all children with their mothers don't exist in the same situation. Let's be honest. It's not all lovey-dovey for some. It's not all rosy for some. Some people have had extremely difficult and challenging relationships with their mothers. And that notwithstanding, hopefully, this time or sometime there could be the kind of reconciliation, forgiveness on the part of both, or some way to be reconciled before she passes or you pass. So we know that this time can be difficult for some. And we pray for all mothers and all the children of mothers and for their relationships to be what it could be. It says here, good afternoon, Mr. Laing. Please play Faded Rose by Shirley C's in memory of all the mothers who have gone, including my mother. Okie dokie. We'll see if we can get to that. But for now, I'm asking the producer to play another song by one Martina McBride, because parents so often see themselves, and mothers in particular, through their children, and basically gain and get their pride in what their children have been able to become and to do. And so this song kind of refers to that, In My Daughter's Eyes by Martina McBride.
In my daughter's eyes, I am a hero. I am strong and wise, and I know no fear. But the truth is plain to see. She was sent to rescue me. I see who I wanna be in my daughter's eyes. In my daughter's eyes, everyone is equal. Darkness turns to light, and the world is at peace. This miracle God gave to me gives me strength when I'm weak. I find reason to believe in my daughter's eyes. And when she wraps her hand around my finger, oh, it puts a smile in my heart. Everything becomes a little clearer. I realize what life is all about. It's hanging on when your heart has had enough. It's giving more when you feel like giving up. I've seen the light is in my daughter's eyes. In my daughter's eyes, I can see the future, a reflection of who I am and what will be. And though she'll grow and someday leave, maybe raise a family, when I'm gone, I hope you'll see how happy she made me. For I am in my daughter's eyes.
Ah, boy, In My Daughter's Eyes. Beautiful song, beautiful notion by Martina McBride. Let me ask you a question right now. You're listening to me. Think about what your best or one of your best or whatever you could think great memories are between you and your mother. Think about it. Think about it. Think about what is that memory? When did it happen? Where did it happen? What was it about? The best memory you have with your mother, whether she is now here or not here. That was the best memory that you have. I have a ton. A lot of them around the kitchen. For me was I would learn something in school. And I was at the time concentrating on the sciences. And I would learn something like the life cycle of the fern. And just enthralled by this new information I have. And I would come home and my mother would be upstairs in her room, sitting on her bed, sewing her straw work. I could see her right now with that them hanks of Raphael down on the floor by her foot with the basket in her hand, that big needle she's sewing with, watching the stories. By that time, it would have been General Hospital because this was after school. And I would be so excited and I would come and prop on the bed and I would just start explaining to my mother but this life cycle of the fern. And I don't know if my mother had an interest in that or not, but she sure sounded like she was entirely interested because all I would hear is, really? Mind you, she's still sewing, really? It was such encouragement for me to keep getting that information, to keep finding stuff to go and share with her. And those moments, they are sitting on her bed or while she was cooking, me sharing all this stuff was just a beautiful thing. So somebody asked me to play a song, but I have a special surprise for you today. And so I'm going to have this song rendered to you, the one and only, great tenor, Father James Palacios. Please, Father, welcome. Welcome to the show. I have Father Palacios on, right?
I am here.
All right, sir. All right. Thank you very much. You and I have been planning this a little bit.
That's right.
And I'm grateful to you to be able to bless our mothers today. Please, sir, the floor is all yours.
All right. The floor, boy. I see a floor for a little while. I know what you mean. I just want to wish all the mothers in particular, but ladies generally, because some females might not have born children naturally, but they have nurtured many, many. Many of our teachers, especially people in the caring profession, they have done an awesome job at that, and I want to salute all of them, especially, of course, my own dear darling wife, who has borne me, the greatest son of all, Carlos, and my daughter. He brought me a daughter. From Freeport, you would be pleased to know, right? Right, Zhivargo?
Yes, sir.
And of course, they bore me two the finest grandchildren. So this is to all of them. May you be blessed by it. And let's look after our mothers while we have them. Some of us are not as fortunate in that regard. She was a fourth generation of patience and kindness. The knack for love flows strong in her veins, and she thought it not strange, bearing my pain and believing me at every step of the way. You gonna sing with me, Zhivargo? Here's to the ladies so worthy of praise. Here's to the lady always. And here's to the love that shines in her eyes and the joy she brings to our lives. This next verse talks about a memory that many of us have, seeing our mothers praying for us. Oh, I found her on her knees praying for me, just when I thought I could not go on. So all the lilies and the pearls and all the kingdoms of this world give to her in this song. Here's to all the ladies so worthy of praise. Here's to the ladies always. And here's to the love that shines in their eyes and the joy they bring to our lives and the joy they bring to our lives. God bless you all, mothers.
Wow, thank you. That was a treat, Father. Thank you very, very, very much. I tell you, God know to get these voices too, because if you give me a voice like that, I don't know. I'd be in problems. Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you. See you soon, eh?
Yes, indeed. See you on Monday. Thank you very much.
All right. Good.
All righty. Thank you. That was James Palacios. Thank you very much again. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our special Father Friday, Mother's Day celebration. Those of you who want to, please feel free to send in your requests. Now, I have some of your requests, but I'm trying to manage them a little bit because I don't want people to be too sad as they think about their mothers. I know that some have to because their mothers are not here. So we're going to try to manage it a little bit. This text says, could you play Because You Love Me by Celine Dion? We definitely can do that. We'll get to that for sure. We for sure. You know, one of the things that I know that's true about practically all mothers, I can't say all mothers, but practically all mothers, is they always have a wish for their children. No matter what's going on in the world, they always hope the best for their children. And this is one of the reasons why they're so special, man. I don't care if how struggling, challenged that child is, they have in their hearts a dream that that child could do something different and be something different, etc. And then they mightn't say so. And I know they love their boys, but oh, they love them girls for sure. And this song reminds me of that kind of heartfelt desire mothers have for their children. It's sung by Lee Womack. It's I think maybe I got it wrong, but anyway, I Hope You Dance. You remember that song? Beautiful song. I Hope You Dance.
I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance.
Is a wheel in constant motion. Always rolling up so long.
I hope
Tell
you
me
dance.
who wants to look back on their youth and wonder where those years have gone.
I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance.
Is a wheel in constant motion.
I hope you
Rolling up so long.
I hope you
Tell me who wants to
Yeah. I hope you dance. Mothers are always hoping that, always hoping whatever is happening, that we'll be all right. And we got to hope the same for them. And you know, in their golden years, some of them come to be challenged physically. Some of them come to be challenged mentally. And there are some children today who must care for their parents who have essentially reverted physically and in some instances mentally to being like children. So their mothers are bedridden perhaps. Their mothers are extremely ill and have to be tended to 24/7. People are contending with mothers who have Alzheimer's, and you know they call Alzheimer's the disease of the long goodbye. And those are hard things for people to have to deal with, because so many of us, the picture we have in our minds of our mothers is of a strong and resourceful and independent person. And then these latter years come, and you know their bodies begin to succumb to the aging process and all that life and circumstance might do. And you know, I can only say this much to you, and I know some of that. I know in the latter days of my father, I know what it's like to have to put him in the tub and bathe him. I know what it's like to have to clean him. I know what it's like to have to tend to a man I knew to be physically strong and well and so forth. And but you know, I have to tell you, in those moments, in those difficult, challenging moments, you discover the essence of your nature. You discover what the meaning of love is. We like to think about love in all the best circumstances. You know, I love you because you're pretty. I love you because you're nice. I love you because everything is going all right. I love you because, you know, the songs are playing and the birds are chirping and all that kind of stuff. Man, listen, you could love in those moments, but you want to know when somebody really loves you? Let the road get rough. Let it get hard. And how they treat you, how they deal with you, that is when you know what love is. When you got to do some of the most gut-wrenching things you thought you had to do. Some of the most scornful things you thought you had to do. You know love in those circumstances. But if someone isn't prepared to do that for you, man, please, love what? You talking to? We got a call on the line. Go ahead, caller. We're listening to you.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm listening to you.
Okay, great. How you doing, Zhivargo?
I'm good, man. And yourself?
Good, good.
Great.
I want you to play Precious Memory by Alan Jackson.
Okay.
And I just want a quick testimony with my mom. You know, she's been
Sure.
gone now for 5 years. You know, that day when she died, I've been by her house about 4:40. I passed by, talked to her. You know, she had bone cancer, and, you know, we know that she was going to die. And my sister and I, we prayed. We said, God, if she have, because someone said bone cancer is one of the worst cancers because the pain and the suffering. And we said, Lord, we don't want her to suffer. And so coming down the last 2 weeks, the pain was there. So when I went by her, we talked, you know, she could hear, but she couldn't speak or anything like that. I said, okay, Mom, I'm leaving now. And I said, just give me a kiss. She just barely raised her head up. And Zhivargo, I go into work. I said, okay, I'll call my wife and tell her to go by. When I come back, we'll meet together there. And she called me. I said, where are you? She said, right here by, you know, she's called her Grammy, rubbing her hair and singing to her and stroking her hand. I said, okay, then. And about 10 minutes after that, 15 minutes after that, she called back and she said, Douglas, Grammy gone. Grammy gone. Zhivargo, man, listen here. That was, I mean, I saw and I said, I'll see you, I coming back. She just there, give me a kiss. And my wife called me and said, Doug, Grammy gone. But she was a loving, caring, because she brought 5 of us up. know, Dad was in the home, but she took care of us and everything. She was the greatest cook in the world. I know you can say your mom, but
you are allowed to say that about your people, man. No problems.
I mean, hey, and she taught me to make macaroni. And one of these days I can bake one and I can bring you beef.
No, me and you we can have a macaroni out one day.
Okay. But like I said, she was, I mean, a tremendous cook, a loving grandmother, you know, just caring and caring and caring. And, you know, I give God thanks for her always, always, always. And so,
thank you, Mike.
Precious memory, Alan Jackson.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get that for you. But thank you very much for calling. I know the memories too. My grandmother, Rosalind Storr, the Rock of Gibraltar. She's gone now, but oh man. You talk but women and strong and get it done. And the Rock of Gibraltar. Member of that tree today is remembering them as I acknowledge today my mother, who's the matriarch of our family. And someone asked for Celine Dion's Because You Love Me. And so we're going to play that today. We're taking your requests, your tributes to your mothers. And producer Celine Dion, Because You Love Me.
For all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be forever thankful, baby. You're the one who held me up, never let me fall. You're the one who saw me through it all. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believe I'm everything I am because you loved me. Ooh. You gave me wings and you touched my hand. I could touch the sky. I lost my faith. You gave it back to me. You said no star was out of reach. You stood by me and I stood tall. I had your love, I had it all. I'm grateful for each day you gave me. Maybe I don't know that much, but I know this much is true. I was blessed because I was loved by you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my strength. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed I'm everything I am because you loved me. Oh, you were always there for me, the tender wind that carried me, the light in the dark, shining your love into my life. You've been my inspiration through the lies you weren't true. My world is a better place because of you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my strength. I couldn't speak. You saw the best there was in me. Lifted me up loved me. Because you love me, oh, I'm everything I am. Because you loved me.
Beautiful song. Oh, that's a beautiful song. Happy early Mother's Day to all of you mothers. So delighted that we're taking this time and opportunity to celebrate you all, man. Happy Mother's Day, early Mother's Day. You know, some people, the only mother they know is a grandmother. Yeah, that's the only grandmother. Or some people, their grandmother is just another mother to them. Or some people, you just love your grandmother and you want to wish your grandmother happy Mother's Day because of all that they have done to you. Well, we got a song for you today for your grandmothers. And we're going to play this song for you. And this song's going to take us into our final break. And then when we come back, we will wrap up our Happy Mother's Day Far Back Friday. And so Bill Withers has a song called Grandma's Hands. Beautiful song. We're going to play that and then we'll go into a break. Bill Withers, Grandma's Hands.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hand played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hand used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hand. Grandma's hand soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hand used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hand used to lift her face and tell her, she'd say, baby, Grandma, understand that you really love. Put yourself in Jesus' hands. Grandma's hand. Grandma's hand used to hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hand picked me up each time I fell. Grandma's hand, boy, they really came in handy. She'd say, Matty, don't you whip that boy. What you wanna spank him for? He didn't drop no apple core, but I don't have Grandma anymore. If I get to heaven, I'll look for Grandma's hand.
Do you have paper investments like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, but are unsure if you're reaching your highest earning potential? Get your investment portfolio assessed by an experienced RF investment specialist. You'll get expert investment guidance at absolutely no cost, even if you're not an RF client. Plus, find out how you can take advantage of some of the best performing mutual funds in the market. What are you waiting for? Claim your free confidential portfolio analysis today by emailing invest@rfgroup.com. RF. Money at work.
Did you know that $5 can get you delicious combos fit for a king? Well, it can, but only at Burger King Nassau. Not only is the big in-flavor flame-grilled Whopper Jr. combo you love available for just $5, but now you can enjoy a crispy chicken junior sandwich topped with bacon plus fries and a drink for only $5 as well. At Burger King Nassau, you get to choose between a chicken BLT or flame-grilled beef in 2 great combos that include fries and a drink for only $5, including that. Value has a new home at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 Nassau, Bahamas.
Precious memories, unseen angels,
sent from somewhere to my soul. How they linger ever near me, and the sacred past unfold. Precious memories, how they linger, how they ever flood my soul. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold. Precious Father and loving Mother, fly across the lonely years, and old home scenes of my childhood in fond memory appear. Precious memories, how they linger, how they ever soar. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold.
Precious memories, precious memories, precious memories. That's what lots of folk have, precious memories. Now, let me tell y'all something. Some mothers today are listening to this program, and they know that their Mother's Day ain't gonna be special because they got some kids. Listen, they got some kids. They ain't grateful. They ain't right. they just ain't no good. Right? They don't treat the mother like nothing, and so forth and so forth. And I don't know, some of you might be listening, and maybe you know you ain't do right by your mama. Maybe you ain't do right by your mama. Maybe you think your mama owe you something. Anyway, Shirley Caesar have a song for you. So Shirley Caesar, so we can have mothers talk to some of them kind of children today. Shirley Caesar, listen to this song.
My sister's little boy came into the kitchen one evening while she was fixing supper, and he handed her a piece of paper he'd been writing on. And she took it in her hands and she read it, and this is what it said. For more in the yard, $5. If I make it up my own bed this week, $1. For going to the store, 50 cents. And playing with little brother while you went shopping, 25 cents. Taking out the trash, $1. And for getting a good report card, $5. And for raking the yard, $2. Total owed $14.75. Well, she looked at him standing there and expecting, and 1,000 memories flashed through her mind. So she picked up the pen and turned the paper over, and this is what she wrote. For the 9 months I carried you, growing inside me, no charge. For the nights I sat up with you, doctor, you pray. no charge. For the time and the tears and the cost through the years, there is no charge. When you add it all up, the full cost of my love is no charge. Oh, the nights filled with gray and the worries ahead, no charge. For advice and the knowledge and the cost of your college, no charge. And for wiping your nose, there's no charge, son. When you add it all up, the full cost of my love is no charge. Well, you know, when I think about that, I think about the day that Jesus went out on Calvary and gave his life as a ransom for me. When I think on the words, if any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. I like to think that the very minute that he shedded his blood, my debt was paid in full. And I want you to know today, when you add it all up, the full cost of real love is no charge.
Your mama don't owe you nothing. Oh, your mama don't owe you nothing. We show them a lot, and even them they'll say, no, you don't owe me nothing, son, because I gave you what God gave me to give you. No problem, no problem. When you add it all up, some people today in their relationships, all they doing is counting. When you add it all up, the real cost of true love is no charge. Let me say it again. When you add it all up, what you counting? If it's true love, the cost is no charge. We had somebody who was trying to get in. I'm going to play his message.
Zhivargo, trying to call on this gator, but I'll give tribute to my mother. She was 92. She died 3 years ago. She was a chef. And, here's to the lady. Worthy of praise. That's my mother. Oh, boy. If I could remember, she was just beautiful. Spent a lot of time with me. I was the last child in the family. But cheers to my mother. She's gone on now, the Lord. She had Alzheimer's, but cheers to my mother. Here's to the lady.
You got it. Yes to the lady. I guess all the mothers could hear this one today. Enjoy it. It's you. It's sang to you. Here's to the lady.
She was the fourth generation of kindness and patience. The knack for love flowed strong in her blood. So she thought it not strange, bearing my pain and believing me each step of the way. Here's to the lady, so worthy of praise. Here's to the lady, always. And here's to the love that shines in her eyes, and the joy she brings to my life. Oh, I find her on her knees, praying for me, when I thought I could not go on. Rubies and pearls and all the kingdoms of this world I give to her in this song. Oh, here's to the lady, so worthy of praise. Here's to the lady, always.
And here's to the love that shines in her eyes, and the joy she brings to my life. Shines in her eyes, and the joy she brings to my life.
I truly wish for all of you mothers and all of you ladies who have two children. I wish you a very happy Mother's Day. I trust and hope that it's filled with enormous joy and blessings, and that the people around you will flower you with love and shower you with love, and that you will call that day amongst all your days tremendously blessed. Again, happy Mother's Day to my mother, Naomi Seymour, to my mother of my children, Jaja, Monique Laing, and to her mother, Willamette LaRoda, to all my aunts and cousins who are mothers, my sisters who are mothers. I wish you a happy, happy Mother's Day. And I leave you with this notion of loveliness by the one and only, the great Stevie Wonder. God bless you. Nahaja Black will be up after me, and we'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.
Isn't she lovely?
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.